Today on the channel, we use a little bit of magic with Orko, Masters of the Universe, Mondo toys.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Mondo Masters of the Universe 1/6 unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we got the Magician with a heart of gold. We got Orko. But for all your Orko needs and a whole lot more Mondo stuff, go to shopmondo.com. But for everything else under the sun, hit up Big Bad Toy Store. Use the link in the description down below. And of course, Mondo figures, timed edition most of the time. You go to the website, they have it up for a week, 2 weeks sometimes, I think. But if you don't get in during that time, you do miss the boat, and you're looking at the aftermarket after that. Usually the exclusive special Mondo ones have a little bit more stuff. Occasionally some of the figures will be a timed edition and a regular edition. The regular editions do not have as many bells and whistles. This was a timed edition, and that's what I did. And this came in from Mondo, and it's kind of one of those order it, forget about it. That's how I do Mondo. And then one day, DHL says, you got a package on the way. And you're like, oh boy, what am I getting from Mondo? Well, today here we got Orko. And of course, we're going to do Orko like we do all the other figures on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And Orko and I, we've had a long friendship back to when I was a little kid. So I always enjoyed Orko. Many years later, a little bit more annoying than I remember him as a kid, but he's still around. He's got a heart of gold, and he's in the He-Man series, on the both Netflix series as well. So Orko, a magician that gets around, and this time, he brought friends, and we'll get into that here in the packaging. And let's take a look at that packaging right now, and there's Orko conjuring up a spell. You got that special Mondo seal of approval right there is what that is. And then you got the you got the Orko right there on the front, casting the spell in his little laboratory. I'm sure something's going wrong. That's the way it goes, of course. But beautiful artwork as we're used to with the Masters Universe brand. Deluxe Edition Orko on the side there. Of course, Masters logo, 1/6 scale figure. Looking good there. Same thing on the other side. Masters Universe on top. 14 and up on the bottom, which means only one thing. Thankfully, Mark Summers, of course, Double Dare's own Mark Summers on the couch here today. Mark Summers, need your help today. Need extra help. 14 and up on this one. If you walk around the compound, because I live in a compound, sure. Walk around the compound, any 13-year-olds, you know what to do. Take them around the corner here, around the corner again, up the steps, through the kitchen, always key to go through the kitchen to the sliding glass door, onto the deck, down the deck steps, into the backyard, walk through the backyard, hit up the fence back there. There is a section of the fence that has a door. Open the door in the fence, walk back through the acres of fields back there. Saw a bunch of deer back there with Mark Summers last night, a bunch of wild deer going on, but walk them through all that. You got to cross the street eventually, keep going, more acres of fields going on. Once you're there, you'll see a little pond. You'll see a little river, a little stream. You got to trudge through that. I know it's messy, but at least it's warm outside. Trudge through that. Then there's a fence. Climb that fence. That's key. Climb the fence, over the fence. Then you'll see the interstate. Try to get those kids to the interstate. See what happens. It's a lot safer than dealing with this. But that's the way it goes. You know, 14 and up. Can't have these 13-year-olds. You can never be too safe. Got to get them out of the house. Looking good in the packaging on the back. Let's see what it says about our old friend Orko. Behold the wizardry of Orko the Magnificent. Though small in stature, the heroic court magician holds a powerful position as official magical jester in residence at the Royal Palace of Eternia. He also possesses an important royal secret, ... Arriving from the planet Trolla, his mercurial powers regularly summon exciting adventures, among other things. But armed with his scepter and a magic transport, the loyal Orko is sure to float out of trouble with his friends Prince Adam and He-Man. Two separate friends, of course, as we do know. But beautiful packaging, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I'm going to take it off the line. I'm going to get him out of the package. We'll be back talking all things Orko. All right, got Orko out of the package, and he might be small, but man, he is mighty. And that was one thing a lot of people thought with this set here was, well, Orko's a small figure. He's not a He-Man. He's not a Fisto. He's not a Stinkor. However, he is a small character, and how are they going to make this justify the price point? Well, Mondo, I guess you'll have to vote and let me know in the comments below. They gave us a lot of pack-ins here, and I guess that'll be the question. Is this worth the value? You guys will have to scream that out in the comments and let me know your thoughts, and I'll try to give my thoughts at the very end of this video. But let's dive into the accessories first, then dive into the figures right after that. But first, we did get 3 different flight stands. We get the 2 smaller flight stands for the smaller characters here, just clasped around the waist. You guys know how that works. So we got these nice clear flight stands going on. Then you got the big deluxe one for the large size Orko figure. So we got this nice kind of bottom on the bottom, kind of a turtle shell pattern, nice clear flight stand. We've seen flight stands before, so we know what that's all about. But we got 3 of them here, 2 small ones, 1 deluxe one. Then we're going to dive into stuff here. We got Orko, his little spell wand here. He's going to conjure something up, or it is summertime. He might put this in some soap and blow some bubbles. He might do that. I think this also doubles as one of those bubble wands. But we do have this nice gold color, a little jewel in the middle. Got the black in the handle, back to the gold again. Looking good. Looks like he's ready to conjure up a spell or 2. And if you're going to conjure up a spell or 2, you better have a spell book right here. And he does have his book. Gets him in trouble all the time, but we got the book going on right here. We're going to take Diamir. We got him going on right there. So we got a little of him right here, which I guess leads us to this next. It looks like he's trying to conjure this guy up. Instead, he conjured up the baby version here. A nice little throw in. Not sure if it's a must-have one, but it is kind of nice. It is a small little dragon type figure here. Looking very cuddly, looking like a stuffed toy, of course. Got the horns on the top. Got a little tail, got some wings, 2 hands, 2 legs, 2 hooves down here at the bottom. Watch out for that. No peg holes, nothing like that for him. Oh, he stands. I was going to say, I don't know if he's going to stand on his own. He will stand on his own. And look at that. We got some articulation in the head. So it's nice to have just a little bit of articulation with this guy. He's not totally static, but no articulation in the arms there. But we do got him looking good, looking evil. It's a face that's not evil. There it is right there. So we do get that going on. Now I might as well do the other little friend here. Don't remember this guy's name. Don't even remember this guy at all. A very interesting stuffed animal type look to him, but he could be a real creature, but he's real creepy. I'll give him that, but we do get him. It looks like no articulation at all on this one right here. So he is what he is. He is what he is, like a young Popeye, I guess. But we got him coming on. Now we got all these hands here, and we got 2 mystical magical hands. So if you want regular hands, you want magical hands, choose your own hand adventure. We're used to that. But we do get one attached with a nice little translucent piece right here. He's conjuring up a spell. I don't know. Maybe he's doing something else. Maybe he's checking somebody. I don't know. We do got that going on. A little bit of a tip right there of some smoke, some green at the bottom. Looking very nice. Looking very professional magician right there. And then we got one even more like a young Doctor Strange. He's casting a spell. That's what he's got going on. A little spell ring here. Looking very, very nice. Blue hands throughout as well. Pegs right in. We're used to that along the way. And then we get some more regular style hands, I guess we'll call it here. We got 2 Orko fish. You never know when Orko might throw a couple of punches and bunches. He'll be rattling it off, nailing people in the face, doing whatever he needs to do. We got 2 fists of fury there. 2 very long, skinny fingered hands. Very creepy. Nightmare fuel with these nails. I don't know what he's doing with these nails. Maybe some of this, you know, a little of that kind of stuff. He could be. You never know. But long blue fingers here. Only 4 fingers on Orko. Oh, he's a magical being with 4 fingers. Who knows? We got that going there. Got some more spell-like hands, I guess we'll call them. Kind of magical, maniacal hands. A little bit of arches and bends into it. So we're really playing all those hand hits here with Orko. Then we go to the gripping hands. You got to have at least 1 gripping hand. You can't hold on to them, but you got to grip, as you'll need that wand there. You'll grip that wand with that. So he's got 2 gripping hands there, and then 2 more magical hands right here. But long, creepy hands. I will give it up to him. He's got some long fingers. He could be palming a basketball. He could be playing like street ball like my dad, where my dad would always palm the basketball, and he'd put it in my face, and he'd pull it up, and he'd do one of these, and you're a little kid, and you're jumping, and my dad's 6'8", so it's like 10 feet tall when he gets the wingspan there. He'll put it right in your face, and Orko could do that. He's got hands like that. I don't know if he's got the height, but he's got the hands like that. But we carry on, and I guess we'll go ladies first. We'll go to Dree-Elle, of course. His main squeeze, as we do know, we do get a little figure of her, which I think is very, very cool right here. Now, this is an interesting one, as her and Orko are a much smaller figure, and then we get one big Orko. So we can really choose our troll adventure. That's what we can do. And Dree-Elle, of course, the main squeeze of Orko, as we know. A nice little bonus throw-in is kind of how this feels. However, once again, going back to that price point, $200 and some for this pack, we probably should get stuff like this. So it's all about justification. It's all about right setting and things like that. I do feel, as far as things go, I feel the value's there. We understand the quality of these. We understand the short run here. But we got a lot of extra pack-ins here around Orko. I could see making the point, just give me Orko by himself for $100. I could understand that as well. So I see both sides of the fence here. But I do like to get some of these characters because Dree-Elle's not one we're going to get so many other times. So it is nice to get right here. She does got her I Dream of Jeannie kind of look here. When I Dream of Jeannie, she kind of put that thing over her face and had that little, you've seen the show. I'm not that old. Come on. I wasn't that old. I wasn't around for it. But I saw the reruns when I was a kid. I remember. She's got the blonde hair going on, the green eyes. Got her COVID mask over the front there. She's want to protect herself. That's what she wants. And I don't know if she needs it anymore. She could take that away, but it is what it is. And she's, of course, got the hood over the top. Got those beautiful, beautiful blue ears poking out the back. Got the hair poking out the back. Of course, got those blue hands. And at first, I thought maybe some of these hands went over here. The hands are not removable on this one. She does got the old wizard sleeve. And you guys know me. I'm a sucker for a wizard sleeve. Give me the wizard sleeve all day long. She's got two of them right here. You don't see many with two wizard sleeves. Usually only one, but she's got two on this one. She's got the big robe going on. And then, of course, she got the hole in here. And I think just like Orko, you can plug her into this around the top, or I think you could maybe just go straight in with the pole. You just stick that right in there, and she's off to the races. So you could stick her in like that, or if you want her around this, depending on how you want it to be. So you can really, really choose your own adventure. She can go around, or you can go straight up there. So choose your own adventure, put her on the flight stand. She's ready to take flight. She's ready to be with Orko and the rest of the gang. She can do that. But looking pretty good, all things considered. Then we do get Orko, and this Orko really reminds me of the old Filmation days, of course. We all remember the Filmation days, especially me. Me and Orko, fast friends back then. I don't know, you probably annoy the heck out of me in this day and age, but back then, I loved me some Orko. Got the orange hat going on, got the ears poking through, got a very nice little wave going on. Two more wizard sleeves. I didn't think Orko had a wizard sleeve, but here we are. There's proof. He's got a wizard sleeve. Who knew? Got the O in the front. I have no idea what that's for. It's always weird he had that O on his shirt. I don't know why he had that. Dree-Elle doesn't have anything like that. Why would he have an O on his shirt? Oh, it's for Orko. Of course he does. I knew that. Terrible joke. Like a young Hasselhoff when he was over here joking that one time, boys. You remember that, Todd? Yeah, Todd in front of the couch. He'll never forget his weekend at Hasselhoff's. Do we need to play that videotape again? All right, let's roll it. I'll never forget you two yahoos that Memorial Day weekend over there at Hasselhoff's house, dancing to that 70s, 80s throwback thing. Absolutely wild times. Wild times on the couch, wild times at the table, wild times at the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe to 2.0 as well for some more of those antics over there. But Orko looking good, small, old school Orko. And then just like Dree-Elle over here, you can put this around. You can do whatever you want. Choose your own Orko adventure. Put him on a flight stand. Put him pegged up a flight stand. Whatever you want to do, you can do either or. But there's the two little ones. Now we're getting into the main event. We are getting into the big figure here. The big Orko, the big deluxe Orko here. Very deluxe, very Mondo. This feels very, very Mondo. Not that these don't. This feels like an actual something is what it feels like. An actual something. Yeah, you heard me, a something. But he does got a big troll hat once again going on. Big old hat, a little bit more wizardry, a little bit more Gandalf-y here. But of course you got that reddish color once again. Blue ears sticking out. He does got the mask going on, the scarf around the face in purple. Got those yellow and blue eyes, then the black in the face. A scary dude, as we do know. But that is this head. This is more what we think of with Orko. But the things get pretty frightening is I don't think we ever really saw Orko's face. And I'm not sure I really thought of him looking like this. But just a straight up troll little face here. He's got those big ears going on. Got those yellow eyes, a little bit of a stoic look. A face only a mother could love, or a magician's guild, possibly. Possibly. David Copperfield might like this one there. But very interesting face here. I don't think I'm using this for this one, but it is a point of difference. It is something different. I'm not sure if anybody out there, and I guess if you're out there watching this and you got this set, are you going to use this head? It's cool. It's included. It's a nice little change. But this isn't the Orko anybody really thinks of, or I should say this isn't what I think of, so I won't be using this, but it is cool to see. I will say that. So we get that extra head. And then we get a straight up total extra head right here. We get a little bit of darker Orko, all yellow in the eyes, looking extra scary. Of course, you got the wrappings in purple there. You got the same kind of hat going on. A little bit different though. It's not the exact same hat, which I like that attention to detail. This one's seen a little bit more things, got a darker wash on it. You got some beads hanging off the top. Who knows what he's up to with those beads? He's sticking those beads somewhere. You just don't know what Orko's up to sometimes. But you got a blue, green, and red bead at the top there. You got a couple of patches sewn in. Definitely a popper. It's like a popper Orko is what that is. But still very cool, a little bit darker, and that's not always a bad thing. Masters Universe, as fun as it is, as lighthearted as it is, there's always a sense of darkness, especially in a lot of the artwork. So it is kind of cool to get a darker version of Orko in the head sculpts there. So 3 different head sculpts. You got to choose your own head and hand adventure. It's a complicated business with these Mondo figures. But now we get into Orko himself, and we do get the arms that do move. Very tight arms, and they are around a soft goods wizard sleeve here. We got the wizard sleeve in soft goods style here, so the sleeves keep on going, but the soft robe throughout, very kind of velvety maybe. I don't know my fabrics, but a very soft, nice fabric right there. A plastic vest over the top, a couple of vials hanging down, a couple of pockets as well. Got some potions in the back here. He's up to no good, or he's up to good. He's trying to do good. It's just not working out for him, as we do know most of the time. But you do get the bend in the elbow, hands removable back and forth, arms around, head removable back and forth, side to side. And that is really it. There's nothing else oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is one of those things. You forget about this kind of stuff because you pre-order it, you set it, you forget it, and you forget that Orko's got little legs. Oh my gosh, some of the creepiest little legs you'll see ever underneath a troller legs here. So very creepy there. Got the long toes, but he does got some legs. They're just hiked up there. So I did forget they added those, but they are kind of a waste of time in all honesty because you're not doing anything with them. They're just 2 little legs, hanging out. A little creepy, that's what I'm going to say. A little creepy in the leg department, but I forgot all about that till just right now. Very, very cool they did do that extra attention to detail because, let's be honest, they didn't need to put those legs down there. I think we'd be okay if it was just floating here. You put them on the flight stand and you're good to go. So that is definitely something different here. I'm here for it. But there is a lot of limitations with this figure, so they got to do stuff like that to justify the price point all around. So I understand that as well along the way. You got the big flight stand for him as he is a bit heavier, as you can imagine here. And he even holds down that flight stand, so you got to get him just right on this flight stand so he doesn't tip it over. But it is pretty cool. He is, of course, Orko, the magician with the heart of gold, and one of the most famous magicians of all time. I think he's right up there with David Copperfield, Siegfried and Roy, and Penn. Not necessarily Teller, but Penn, I have heard, and maybe possibly Carrot Top. Carrot Top's a magician in his own way, as we do know as well. But we do got all kinds of them. We got Dree-Elle and we got Orko, so you can display one maybe with your He-Man, one on his own, do whatever you want. And of course, got a little He-Man action here for a little size comparison. He does feel maybe a hair big, maybe a hair, just a hair, but a hair big, possibly Orko against He-Man. You guys tell me your thoughts there. Of course, got Prince Adam going on here. You can put this one with the old Prince Adam himself. But very fun at the end of the day. I'm a sucker for these Mondo figures. I'm in too deep. There's no escaping now. Very expensive on the wallet, but a lot of fun all the time with these figures. I really do enjoy these Mondos. Can't wait to see some of the other stuff. We did see Scaremare last weekend, if you're watching this kind of live or whatever you want to call it. The Steed of Scareglow. Absolute insanity. No idea what the price point is going to be on that thing, but just absolutely massive figure. Room killer, shelf killer, that's what they are, but man, are these real fun to have. Obviously, price point puts a lot of people out of them. It is a lot more than I like to spend, but like I said, I'm in too deep at this point. I really am enjoying these, and now I'm down that road. But man, it makes it difficult when they put out stuff as fast as they are, and if you're collecting X-Men or Batman and other things from Mondo, it gets really expensive real fast. And we know they got Ghostbusters and Thundercats on the horizon, so absolutely wild times in 2024. You take that step back and you think where we are as a figure community and what's coming at us. Absolutely the golden time in action figure collecting. I wish we could just all afford all of it. That's the hardest part of it all, as we do know. But there's Orko. Be interested to hear your thoughts on this one. Do you like it? Do you hate it? A pass? A wish you picked it up? Do you think the price point's justified on this one? Could it have been cheaper? And usually people say it could have been cheaper, but that's not always the case. But let me know your thoughts on Orko in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like this very video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Every sub to the channel gets Todd McFarlane's toes wiggling faster. So we get him speeding up with an extra subscription or two. We'll see what happens there. But make sure you subscribe to this channel and my other YouTube channel. 2 channels with videos every single day. And of course, Patreon, you get both channels. Early access to the videos, bonus content, Q&A, you name it. It's all going down the old Patreon channel. Patreon, the best way to support this channel and all the work it does bring. You can support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series. Available right now. And don't forget social media. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So for Orko, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.